mentioned about the cold today, but one thing that occurred to me yesterday was we actually got some snow, some significant snow in certain parts of the state.
Yes.
For me, I didn't even bother shuffling it.
I didn't even bother when I did the morning show yesterday. I didn't bother taking out like the car brush to brush off the windshield. There was so little snow I could just use my wipers.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people in that area, in this area of the state, that was probably the case.
Yes, but if you were in areas of down east Maine, that was not the case, because areas of down east, that's where we had our axis of heaviest snowfall. Highest snowfall total that I could find was 7.5 inches in East Machias, 7 inches in Cooper, 7 inches in Goldsboro, 6.5 inches in Eastport, 5.7 inches in Lakeville. In general, the farther north and west you were in the state, the less snow you saw. About 5 inches in Holton, 2.5 in Bangor, just over 1 inch in Cape Elizabeth. Wind chills, though, so the exiting of that storm system yesterday opened a door for an Arctic air mass to come in overnight, and therefore our wind chills across the state today are either in the single digits or below zero. Right now it feels like 0 in Rockland, feels like -10 in Rangeley, feels like -5 right now in Millinocket. So our feels like temperatures are going to remain in the single digits or below zero all day. Even after the wind starts to settle a little bit, once the sun goes down, our temperatures are going to fall simultaneously, so we remain in a very chilly pattern overnight. So we do have mostly sunny skies right now across the state, a little bit of cloud cover moving into areas of western Maine and northern New Hampshire, but still mostly sunny for a lot of us out there. So a little bit more cloud cover perhaps this afternoon, but mostly clear skies overnight, which will contribute to our overnight low temperatures being in the single digits and below zero once again. And then tomorrow is going to have a very similar feel to today, especially with our temperatures. High temperatures tomorrow in the upper teens to low 20s. However, I think there will be a little bit more cloud cover around in comparison to today, especially later in the day and overnight because of a little storm system, a little clipper that will pass to our south. Areas in the southern half of the state could see a couple of snow showers or snow flurries around, but we're not really expecting much, if any, accumulating snow from that storm. And because it moves offshore and off to our south, it allows our winds to turn out of the northwest once again, which means another Arctic air mass will be able to move in for the beginning of the work week. Take a look at the Monday at 6 a.m. temperatures below zero and single digits once again. So let's just summarize the weekend a little bit. I think it's a pretty good weekend, partly cloudy during the day tomorrow. A couple of snow flurries possible on Sunday, just very cold. Feels like temperatures in the single digits and teens, and high temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s. It is a fairly quiet 7-day forecast, most things considered. Another little clipper system will move in Monday night into early Tuesday, bringing a couple of snow showers. And then the larger system that we're watching is going to come in on Wednesday. This one looks a little bit warmer. It'll pull in some air from the south, which means we might see some mixed precipitation or some ice possible on Wednesday. So something to keep an eye on there as we go into the weekend. It's going to be another frigid weekend and the first half of next week, but we do have a bit of a warm up in the second half of that 7-day forecast. The Climate Prediction Center, bit of a tongue twister, and our 6 to 10-day temperature outlook shows that we'll be switching to warmer than average temps. Marine forecast sees 3 to 8 feet. A look at that 7-day forecast. A frigid day today, a very cold weekend with a couple of snow flurries possible on Sunday. And then as we get into next week, we do gradually start to warm up, Chris, and we have that chance of a wintry mix on Wednesday. So we will be keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, definitely, especially with those temps a little higher. It's not going to be just snow.
Yep, once you start to get that mixing in, that's when things get messy.
It's the trade-off. All right, thanks, Dana.